So let's move on to the next question, guys. In this question, we have been given that there is a person who went for hiking or camping on a Saturday morning, right? And there was a condition that he will come back to his home the day when it starts raining, right? For example, the person went on Saturday morning, and let's say it rains on Monday morning, then he will be back home by the Monday end of day, right? So a person went for camping on Saturday morning and will be back at the end of the day when it rains, right? So also it is given that the probability that it will rain on each day is 0.2. So we have to find that the person will come on Monday EOD, right? So we have to tell that if the person came on Monday end of day, right? So what will be the probability of that? So tell me one thing, if the person came on the Monday night, for example, that means it must have rained on Monday morning, right? Because it is given that he will come back at the end of the first day on which it rains. So it must have rained on Monday, and that is why by the end of Monday he is back, right? So tell me one thing, he had gone on Saturday morning, right? So basically, the person was hiking for Saturday, the person was hiking for Saturday, the person was hiking for Sunday, the person was hiking on Saturday, the person was also hiking or camping on Sunday, and on Monday it rained and therefore he came back, right? So this is Saturday, this is Sunday, and this is Monday, right? So basically he went on Saturday, right? And he came on Monday night. So that means on Saturday it must not have rained, right? Similarly, on Sunday, obviously it must not have rained, but on Monday it must have rained, and that is why he's back by Monday end of day, right? So on Monday it must have rained. This is basically what? This is rain. So I hope this should be absolutely clear, right? Now tell me one thing, we are given that the probability that it will rain is how much? 0.2. The probability that it will rain is 0.2. So what will be the probability that it will not rain? So probability of not rain is how much? 1 minus 0.2, which is 0.8. I hope this should be very basic, right? Now tell me one thing. Obviously, these events are independent, right? For example, if it rains on Saturday or if it doesn't rain on Saturday, it doesn't have to care about if it rains on Sunday or not. I mean, if it rains on Saturday or Sunday is not dependent on if it rains on Sunday or not, is not dependent on if it rains on Monday or not. So basically, all these events are independent events, right? Where if it rains on Sunday or Saturday or Monday, they are not related to each other, they are independent. So tell me one thing, if we want to find the probability that it that the person will come on Monday, right? That means there should be no rain on Saturday, there should be no rain on Sunday, and there must be rain on Monday, right? So if there is no rain on Saturday, what is the probability of that? The probability of not raining is 0.8. So this becomes 0.8, right? Into, again, on Sunday also it did not rain. We know that, right? Because if it would have rained, he would be back by Sunday. But we know he was back on Monday. That means it did not rain on Sunday. So if there was no rain on Sunday, then the probability will be 0.8 again. But we know because he was back by the end of Monday, so it must have rained on Monday, right? And if it rained on Monday, then what is the probability? The probability is 0.2. I hope this makes sense. And why are we multiplying? We are multiplying all of this because all these events are independent, right? And if the events are independent, so probability of A and B. So if, I think you must be knowing this, if events are independent, if events are independent, then probability of A and B becomes probability of A into probability of B, into basically, right? So similarly, probability of A and probability of B and probability of C is equals to probability of A into probability of B into probability of C. I hope this should be very basic, right? Okay. So tell me one thing now, that it did not rain, so 0.8, it did not rain 0.8, it rained, that is why 0.2. So this becomes your final answer. Now you can just solve it and get the answer. So this will be how much? 64. So that will be 0.64 into 0.2, which is how much? 128, right? So this becomes 0.128. 0.128. So I hope this should be absolutely clear. So the probability that the person will come on Monday end of day will be 0.128. I hope there should be no confusion in this.